it again with another video. Today, our fourth member is joining us. Introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. 안녕하세요. My name is Vivian. Nice to meet you guys.
Yay! Today we're gonna be reacting to a music video of this K-pop group, quote unquote, called EXP Edition. And they are from New York.
Are they halfies?
One of them is a halfie.
I knew it.
And it's very controversial.
Yeah, because none of them are Asian. Well, technically one is, but none of them are Korean. Yeah, so without further ado, let's start.
Yeah, he's cute.
So just letting you all know, this guy is the one who's half Japanese.
Ah, okay.
And German, I believe.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
of Asian.
I like his eyes. The accent is just...
Well, that kind of sounds Chinese.
See, they're not bad.
Hey, I mean, at least the background, aesthetically, it is K-pop.
It's K-pop, yes.
You can tell.
You like this guy, right?
This one, in my opinion, because his features aren't too harsh like the rest.
I like this guy with the blue eyes.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Very,
Yeah.
very.
Okay.
I like it.
So, see, the beat isn't that bad.
Yeah, I really like the song.
So he's,
Should we put, is there closed captions?
No.
It's all good.
I know, he's pretty cute too.
oh
Dude, this
yeah,
guy.
the happy is.
What is it? What? Happy is what?
I think he can pass.
Yeah, me too. I actually like the
Yeah.
happy.
He kind of reminds me of Ferdinand.
Oh,
Ferdinand.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This guy's
apparently,
cute too.
I don't know which one, but one of them is Hispanic.
Oh, really?
And then one of them originated
I feel like
from
it's
New
the
York.
guy with the beard. Or maybe the guy in the blue. Yeah, this guy kind of... I really like his
I'm digging his voice.
Yeah, me too. I dig it. Okay, so the angles here, I don't like it.
Oh my god, that happened.
I want those two
Okay,
songs.
do you know who the guy reminds me of? Erwin. I know! Oh my god! He reminds me of Erwin. Erwin, guys, if you saw 17, the American movie, dude, Erwin is like the bae.
Yeah, he is bae. He is bae.
He reminds me. Yeah, he sounds the angles too. Oh my god. It was like when I was looking. Oh my god, it's Erwin! It's Erwin! Dude, I swear it's Erwin. You have to find a video and the picture of Erwin and you have to post it right there.
Insert
Picture of Erwin. He's so hot. He's 31. Oh, Erwin! I swear, it's Erwin.
Okay, guys, we're not reacting to Erwin.
Erwin. Oh my god!
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Like, you're right. Erwin is the cutest.
Yeah.
But, okay, you know what? I don't know his real name, but I'm gonna start calling him Erwin until I find out his real name. He's Erwin. He looks like Erwin.
Okay, but in all honesty though, like the beat is really nice.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, it is pleasing. It is K-pop.
It is K-pop material, right?
Yeah.
With our combined knowledge of it, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
Oh, and the factor that we're not really paying attention to the lyrics because we can't understand it regardless.
I like the beat and the music
Yeah.
in general.
So, out of all of us, I researched on this group quite a bit, and of course they're getting a lot of heat and a lot of hate because they're not Korean. And they're like, a lot of comments have been saying, oh my gosh, you know, like they're all like white and like white people are trying to take over Korean music or whatever. And then there's a lot of good arguments saying that how can they be a K-pop group if they haven't went through the same intense training as real Korean groups, right? Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, they don't deserve to be a K-pop group because they didn't go through that intensive training. And I totally understand that. But guys, this was made for a thesis project, okay? So that's why, for me personally, I don't think they deserve the hate that they're getting. Like, their music is not that bad.
I agree with her 100%, just because in a way, I did kind of research a little bit too. And just when the music came out, when I first watched it, I was like, it's not so bad. The guys are okay. Like, they have the music, they sing right. Like, they sing fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, they don't have the choreography that most K-pop groups would have, and their Korean does need, you know, improvement. But when they got into this thesis project, they knew nothing about Korean. They didn't know anything about K-pop. So they literally had to learn Korean and the K-pop culture off the bat to help out. I think her name is Bora Kim, and she's the one who made this thesis project, which is basically what happens if I got a ragtag team of guys and made a K-pop group like from scratch.
And what was the purpose of her project? Do you
I think it was that. I didn't really
like. What is it like? What's in a deeper? Is there like is it for like psychological?
I feel like it is, because she like
or
the
like
headline,
is it like a business tactic?
I think it's just like a social experiment kind of thing, because that was
it is definitely a social, because it's her thesis for a project.
Yeah,
like, she was thinking maybe if I got these group of guys together just to see how
would it impact the culture.
Yeah, exactly.
How would it impact people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying, Vivian, about the music video?
Like, it's pretty like solid. Like, it's not like I don't know if this is the right word, but like mediocre. It's not like that. Like, it's pretty like solid. Like, it's
good quality.
It's good quality.
The shots.
Yeah, exactly. I actually like it. Like, it's catchy.
So I pulled up the Huffington Post article that I read, and it says here that what's it called? Bora Kim is the person who's doing the thesis project, right? And it's for her master's degree in Columbia University, and she is South Korean, okay? And, you know, her question was, and I'm quoting from the article, I wanted to see what happened if I made American boys into K-pop performers by teaching them how to sing in Korean and act like Korean boys and complicate this flow/appropriation even more. So, you know, that's why I feel like these boys or this group doesn't deserve the hate that they're getting, because they came into this project with no knowledge of K-pop whatsoever. So they were taught, you know, coming into this project. And like, who knows? They probably grew to love K-pop culture, so they wanted to keep going and try it out even more. You know, like, it's hard to not like K-pop, right? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can agree with us. Like, it's not hard to appreciate the training and the hard work that all of those idols put into their work. So, can you really blame them for wanting to try too? I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys want to, like, try to experience that performer life. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are watching this has that dream of being a performer of some sort, right?
And plus, like, it doesn't matter if they didn't have to go through all that training. The fact that they came in without knowledge of this thing, and the fact that they're actually doing it and pursuing
props.
and it's actually
because because see, they didn't know anything. Whereas if it was us, of course we would go head on, because we already know the culture and we're all like, yeah, let's try it. But then they're all like, oh, what is this? It's something new? Okay, let's do it. Let's try it. And then it seemed like they ended up liking it. So now apparently they moved to South Korea and they're trying to like really pursue this and come out with another single.
So was this like music video? Was that their project?
Yeah, I think so.
That was that.
I think it was a part of it.
I know that so originally this boy group had like 6 members. This was created started back in 2014.
Wow.
I didn't really look into that, but apparently they would go around places and they would make covers. I don't know if they have any videos out, but they did make covers, and they tried learning how. It was funny because I saw a clip where they were reading lyrics on a paper, and it was all in romanization. So like, you guys could relate to that, right? Having to learn lyrics in romanization.
Yeah. And I mean, it kind of reminds me of like BGA. I mean, like, see, the thing is, like, BGA was made to make fun of K-pop in a way that not
It's
negatively.
tasteful.
Yeah, like, but then the thing is, like, it became more realistic, and it kind of related to other people, like, that they could pass as a K-pop group.
Yeah.
And they got, you know, they scored as top number 1 in the iTunes chart. They beat BTS.
That's right.
They beat
I
like
remember
all
that.
the, yeah.
For like a good 3 minutes.
Yeah, like 3 minutes. Even for their first single and their second single. So, I mean, it's just a proof that anybody can be a K-pop idol. Like, this is just a thesis that they happened to make, and they got into it. In fact, like, a lot of foreigners like try to audition online and actually in Korea to be a K-pop idol, and we barely see
Like,
that.
why not give them the support? Because they are foreigners. Like,
Yeah.
a bunch of foreigners made K-pop really popular in America. Like, why not support foreigners who are going into the Korean industry?
See, that was another argument why they were getting so much hate, is because for K-pop, like in the Korean side, a lot of K-pop groups are trying to come into America with their music, but America is not really accepting of it. So a lot of fans are all like, if America's not accepting of K-pop, then why should we accept Americans going into Korea, like, with K-pop? Like, that's kind of messed up, and I totally understand that.
I was actually really shocked that it was actually Americans who were against the whole idea.
It was all international fans that were against.
Yeah, international
the idea.
fans had the most
Yeah.
hate over this group.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't
they were
expect
getting
that.
some stares in Korea too, but
But
Koreans are
I
like
honestly
more
believe that, you know,
like,
it's
oh,
not,
that's cool that they're trying to do this.
I
but-
don't believe that, like, I don't believe that, like, people in America don't accept K-pop, because if you can tell what's going on, it's like we had K-Con when it first started, it was very small, and now it's really big. BTS when they first started, now they're really big. It's like people are more accepting, so I don't believe that Americans are not trying to open up to K-pop. I mean, trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand that, like, us as international fans were accepting, but probably it's the music industry that's not accepting. But we also have to like remember that CL dropped a single here in America, right?
Yeah. She's actually been collaborating with America.
collaborating with a lot of
It's not like a lot of musicians, I believe, are taking a notice of K-pop too in general. It's not just because they're Asian they can't come here. There's literally been a lot of open, like, opportunities for K-pop idols. It's just that it hasn't been open enough.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
it's more hidden, low key.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, Americans should be open to having a K-pop group purely of Americans, like similar to BJ. Just because they're Asian, that doesn't mean that, you know, they're not American. You know, it's like they're kind of the same thing.
I do agree that, yeah, the whole, like, K-pop industry, like, you start from the bottom where you go through an audition, you go through, like, training, and you go through the whole, like, stress level of, like, just to go out of your way to meet fans and everything. But, like, just keep in mind the reason why they're training for so long. I mean, just because they start at a young age, the capability of you forming all those, like, that perfect, that crisp, like, choreography, it takes time and practice. That's the reason why it takes forever. You know, don't forget that there are some individual, like, you know, K-pop idols who enter in the group, like, maybe like 3 months prior to their debut, and they just train that much time.
That's true.
You know, like, don't forget about. And then there's also some who actually, like, Jokwon, who did 7 years. You know, so, like, in actuality, the training length,
It really depends.
it really just depends
on the person.
on the and like the CEO and how they want their group to form. So
True.
I don't think that the length of their training life, or like the process of going through that whole thing, it could vary. Like, it's just that in the Korean culture, they tend to follow, like, this form and this process. You know, it's kind of like their way of entering K-pop is the American way. You know, they start from the bottom, they get viewers, they get more exposure, and then that's how they hit it.
American entertainment business and Korean entertainment business is, like, the culture between those is different.
Yeah,
Definitely. So people need to keep that in mind as well.
I mean,
Realistically,
yeah.
that's what we dream too. What they're doing is what we wish we could be doing
And
too.
all of you probably dream the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of dance covers for everybody. I mean, not necessarily people want to go through the K-pop process, but a majority of us do, because we want to live the Asian Korean life.
Right, and we obviously do know that it's not easy. Dude, all K-pop fans, including us, we know that K-pop idol life, the process of that is not easy. But again, they came through the American way. So we can't, we don't think that they deserve the hate that they're getting right now.
I say give them a chance because they're not so bad. They're really not.
There's always room for improvement.
Exactly.
Always.
Especially their accents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, and sure they didn't have choreo, but I'm pretty sure in the following, if they were to,
I'm pretty sure now that a bunch of people are giving them so much hate, they're gonna work even harder.
Exactly.
Show us.
So that's like on you guys. You guys are telling them to stop, but that's just gonna keep them going. Honestly.
EXP, if you're watching this, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
We give you props.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. Whatever you guys did, we wish we could do that.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't have a bias yet, but
if you have room for a girl group,
over here, we can be a co-ed group.
we could be co-ed too. We could do collabs.
Next thing you know, they could be like the next K-pop group that you guys like listen to. Kind of like 17. Like, you already know that there's a halfie in there.
Right.
For non, you know, they're half American. There's Somi. If you guys know IOI, Produce 101, the IOI group, Somi is half American, half or Canadian, I think.
I think so.
And then half
there's a
Vermont
lot of
Korean.
halfies.
There's a lot of halfies that you guys don't really understand.
That was another argument saying, why are you guys getting mad that none of them are Korean? There are groups where there's a member that's not Korean at all. There's like Japanese, there's Chinese, Thai.
I mean, they're still considered foreigners if you think about it.
They're still considered foreigners, but then they're still accepted. Why not Americans?
Yeah.
Or, well, particularly white. The world is not accepting right now. It sucks. But there is a comment here. Apparently, there is this one group, Rania. I think that's what the...
Oh yeah, Rania. Rania has... Rania has Alexandra or Alexandra.
Oh yeah.
She's an African American. See, there's a controversy where everyone's saying that she's only being used just for publicity. But I'm like, you know what? She should just, to my opinion, she should just leave the group and start her own.
Yeah.
Like friggin' EXP. You know, start her own group of Americans or whatever, and get famous there, because I feel like they're just using her publicity too. But I could be wrong because they're really nice to her and she's really cool. Like, I watched a couple videos of her talking in English, and she doesn't speak Korean, but everyone was pretty open with her. So, like, I don't know.
I thought Americans would have been like, yes, represent. Ooh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we might get heat for this video, this reaction video as well, but we're just trying to understand their side as well. We understand the K-pop side too. Like, we get what you guys are angry about, but at the same time, like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna stop them. They could do whatever they want. Like, you know?
Like, music is music.
Music is music.
And music is a universal language. So
that is our motto. That should be everyone's motto.
Yes.
But honestly, we're just gonna root for them because they're doing something that we personally wish we could be doing. So we're just gonna say, you go, EXP.
You have our support.
If you're watching this, please, I don't have a bias yet. I will learn your guys' names, okay? I only know one of their names. So wait,
which
here.
one does he know their names?
The Asian guy is Koki.
Koki?
Yeah, Koki.
You look like Erwin! I swear to gosh, you are
Erwin! Before the video ends, I'm gonna see if they have member profiles.
Oh my god. Oh my god,
dude,
yeah, let's do
this was me back in middle school. I used to do this all the time.
Yes, you know she had a book?
Oh my, she did!
We should probably put like a story time of how we
should. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a story time of how we got into K-pop. That's gonna be interesting.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what you guys think about this.
We are open to anything.
Yeah. Just a disclaimer, you know, you guys don't have to agree.
Yeah. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, and we're accepting of all opinions.
If you want more story time, tell us in the comments. We're definitely gonna do a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, what kind of videos?
Oh, and if you guys have any questions, just put it on the comments below.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything.
Bye bye.